tonight, the Condi Cavaliers take over downtown Mobile. It's going to be insane. The parade's always a crazy one to go to when it comes to Mardi Gras. The full Mardi Gras schedule, because there's a lot of parades this weekend, is online, 97.5wabd.com. We are Q-Tip and Blondie in the morning, 97.5 WABD. Blondie was out last week, but you were up in North Alabama, and we started this last week. It's kind of like intern Alyssa takes over the club, like she's Usher and loving this club, talking love in this club, or talking to the guys in this club.
Intern Alyssa.
Thursday nights, she DJs all over the place throughout the entire Gulf Coast. She's the DJ of the Gulf Coast.
Yep.
And you got to put up with a lot of guys, obviously.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Last week, she asked them to define the word sexy, and that got pretty entertaining.
Oh,
pretty
really?
Entertaining.
Oh, wow.
Define the word sexy. Think about a guy that's up at 3 o'clock in the morning explaining the word sexy.
Oh, it was entertaining.
This week, the question was...
What is your fantasy?
Oh, my gosh.
I know. That's why I was like, you're going to ask him what? You're really going to ask guys at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning what your fantasy is?
But
Do you know how that's going to go?
Yeah, but you see, I'm proving a point. Because whenever you say that, guys' minds automatically go dirty. Because the definition of fantasy is a genre of fiction that uses magic.
Like Harry Potter,
yeah,
Lord
dragons,
of the Rings.
fairies.
Right. And let's see if any of those guys, 3 o'clock this morning, said, oh, Harry Potter, by the way. We'll find out what these guys said right after One Direction. It's Little Things.
And all your little things.
One Direction, Little Things. You play that when you DJ in clubs?
No, not really.
Why? One Direction's big. One Direction's massive. You
Not
realize
in
how
the
many...
club,
It's like a
Why not?
buzzkill.
They
It's a
play like
buzzkill.
bands will make her dance. That's what you play.
97.5 WABD. We are Q-Tip and Blondie in the morning. Intern Alyssa, our little resident DJ here. She goes out, and while she's out, you run into a lot of these guys. They come up, and they're like, hey, you play this song for me. They hit on you, too. Because last week, Blondie, she got hit on in like 4 of the clips we played.
Wow.
Yeah. She'd be like, define sexy for me. And you'd have the guy go, it's you. It's you.
Oh, I believe it.
Intern Alyssa, you are sexy. That's what you'd have all these guys doing. Like, it was like ridiculous.
It's funny.
So last night the question was, what's your fantasy? There's no way this one was going to go well, but it's quite entertaining. And you did this more to prove a point, right?
Yes, and I think I proved my point.
Prove a point that guys' minds go to the wrong spot. Because you say, definition, and I just did look it up. I Googled it real quick, and the first definition that pops up is talking about fantasy, meaning fantasy if you go to Books A Million or anything like that, and you go to the fantasy section, and you can read about dragons and wizards and Lord of the Rings.
Magical.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Or, if you just think, honestly, common sense fantasy is to dream and have that large dream of what's your fantasy. If you have a fantasy in life, what is it? Now, if you actually could have your fantasy come true, you would hope that you're asking for the most successful life and possible, or to meet the most amazing woman for a guy, things like that.
Right.
But
in most cases.
Alyssa proves that's not the truth.
Especially in the club.
So let's go to the first one we got up here. His name's Wyatt.
Oh, Wyatt.
Let's check him out and see what his answer is.
What is your fantasy?
2 girls and me in a hot tub in the Bahamas.
Oh my gosh.
So-
You just went straight into it.
If Wyatt could have anything in the world, his fantasy would be 2 girls, him in a hot tub in the Bahamas. Ladies, watch out for Wyatt. He's a good one. Let's go to the next one's Pat here. Pat do better? Does Pat any better? Let's find out.
Pass your brittle.
There's no way he is based on his accent right there saying his name.
Pass your brittle.
Patrick, what is your fantasy?
You?
Oh my gosh.
So
He's another one of
sweet.
those guys. You? Hey, at least you should take that as a compliment.
It's
That was a
smooth.
compliment. That was smooth, and especially the way he said it. Wasn't he on there last week? Is that guy at the same clubs
Is he a
every
regular?
week?
No, that's
Must
a
be a
completely
regular.
different person.
This next guy, intern Alyssa is here asking him, what's your fantasy to prove men have a dirty mind? It says no name. He wouldn't give you a name?
You want to be anonymous?
No, yeah.
Is this guy like a player? What's his deal?
I'm not going to say what he said.
Okay, we'll just jump straight into
Great.
it.
What is your fantasy?
Man, it depends on what you're talking about with,
Oh, God.
with the fantasy. My fantasy is nice lace boy shorts,
Is this clean? Can I play this? Can I
Not
play
lace
this?
boy shorts.
strawberries dipped in chocolate.
All right, I'm stopping this guy.
Oh my gosh.
That's why he probably didn't want to say his name. Let's go to the next one here. Proven guys have clean minds, and they think Harry Potter when you ask them what their fantasy is. So next one here, let's just jump into
What's
it.
your name?
My name is Edward E.
What is your fantasy?
Girl,
All right.
All right. Sound like Alyssa at the end.
You're
Alyssa
into
said
it,
it again.
Alyssa.
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name is Edward E.
What is your fantasy?
Girl.
All right.
It sounds very
Like a
awkward.
smile.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it was
Please
super
walk
awkward.
away. Last one is Joe. Is Joe the best?
Yeah, he's my winner. He
He's
was
the
the only
winner.
good guy out last night, ladies.
So, ladies, watch out for Joe. Let's check him out here.
What's your name?
Joe.
What's your fantasy?
My fantasy is to be a millionaire and have my own big house and own my own recording company.
Thank you, Joe.
Wow.
All right.
See?
Hey.
There's guys out there, ladies. There's guys out there that are not thinking bad things when you ask them what your fantasy is.
You did a good job putting up with those boys.
Wow.
It's fun.
Ladies, if you got any questions you'd like intern Alyssa to hit these guys with every week, please email them to us, blondie@cumulus.com, qtip@cumulus.com. You can look us up on Facebook or online. Go straight to her profile and everything, and you can find it all right there because we got to come up with some good entertaining ones, too.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. 8:25 right now, and coming up here in just a few minutes, we got to talk American Idol again because intern Alyssa made TV last night. It was a lot of people here locally tried out for the American Idol episode that played last night. We'll tell you all about it. We'll highlight a few people because Blondie is in love with like 7 guys that tried out.
Only
out of all-
3.
Oh, the only 3? Mm-hmm. Out of only like 10 people that they show on TV, 3 of them, Blondie's like, these are the hottest American Idols.
One
So
of them was a firefighter.
give you all the details next right here on WABD.
WABD Traffic.
Traffic brought to you by Planet Fitness, home of the Judgment Free Zone. Susan, how's traffic?
Well, we're still seeing heavier traffic in the bank.